Hello there, welcome to Talking Balearics on a very special edition today. My name's Martin Makepeace here in a very hot and humid Ibiza. But as you know, it's August and we're coming to a very special day. I'm joined by my co-host.
Good afternoon as it is. It could have been good morning the way I've planned my day today, but it's been really bad. I apologise for being so late. Wi-Fi problems is my excuse.
No problem, Richie. I enjoy waiting for you. I could just read up on my notes a little bit more there, mate. So all good.
And we're really pleased to welcome Mr. Ollie Neilson to our podcast. Ollie, how are you, mate?
Good evening. I'm going with actually, pretty good. It's been a while since we spoke in a broadcast sense, but no, it's good. Equally humid over here, although the only room in our office that's got an aircon, which I haven't been sitting in until now. I'm just wondering why I've not been here all day.
Where are you, Ollie?
We're in the Polígono Son Buguedes in Santa Ponsa, so
Santa Ponsa, right?
Not so far from Richie.
Glorious Mallorca. Now, listen, we've asked Ollie to join us today because he's our resident expert. Did you know that, Ollie? I mean,
I didn't quite explain to him what
well, to be honest, Ollie, we were struggling actually. After about 20 emails and about 20 tweets, nobody replied to us. So Richie's got you in at the last minute, and we're delighted to have you, Ollie.
Thank you. Well, I'm immediately going to say I'm not an expert, but I have spent some time talking to experts, which sort of makes me an expert.
Well, you're an expert once removed then, aren't you?
There you go, exactly. So I should say that we also have a podcast, which maybe I shouldn't mention here. And we've got a guy who helps us out with all kinds of stuff, Dr. Nick Brown, who's also not an Eclipse expert, but he's the kind of guy who can turn himself into an expert on anything in about 20 minutes. So he's done all the research and he's helped us out. And I've listened to him a lot. And if I remember 20% of what he said, then I'm an expert.
Fantastic.
Well, and 20% more than me and Martin.
Yeah, well, actually, Richard, you talk for yourself, mate, because I've been doing some research over the last hour that I've been waiting for you to come on board. Anyway, listen, a very special episode, myself, Richie and Ollie today, because we're going to dedicate the next 20 minutes or so to something that's not happened in the Balearics for the last 121 years, I believe. The last time there was an eclipse in the Balearics was in August 1905. There you go. Can you remember that, Rich?
Oh yeah, back in the day, Mark. Hey, I'm still doing pub crawls then.
Exactly. So if you think about it, it's a phenomena that we haven't seen for 12 decades. Before Ibiza, Mallorca, and the rest of the Balearics became a tourist destination before the First World War as well, guys. So it's amazing. Now, we've got you in, Ollie, because we need someone to kind of pad it out for us a little bit this week. Because me and Rich have been banging on about this for the last, how long, Rich?
Oh, it's been ages. And the only thing is that by now, me and you would have run out of stuff to talk about.
Richie tried to get it in there last week as well. But I said, Richie, keep your powder dry as well. So just to let everybody know, let me just give you a bit of background first. I mean, you guys will know this already, but for the listeners back home, on the 12th of August, so in about a week's time, just over a week's time, our podcast will actually go out on that day, which would be the Wednesday. So we're not going to devote that podcast to the eclipse because I think we want to have a long run up, don't we, guys? So
definitely.
12th of August, to give you time here as well. So it starts at 7:38 p.m. That's Central European time. So 7:38 when the eclipse begins as the moon starts to move across the sun. And over the next hour, the moon will gradually cover the sun. And the totality, I'm learning lots of things here. Totality.
Don't need you, Ollie.
No, well, no.
No, I'm off.
Goes from 8:30 to 8:34. So it sweeps across the Balearic Islands. So something that I think there's been a big build-up, Rich, haven't we? We've been talking about it probably nearly for the best part of a year, haven't we, Richie?
Yeah, I think obviously from a tourism point of view more than anything else, Mark, because this is massive for the Balearics, particularly anybody that owns a hotel on the west coast of the island. They're absolutely creaming it at the moment. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I've got some friends who've got a villa up on the west coast and are charging 3 or 4 times the normal amount that they would charge to put people in because the market is telling them that they can charge that because people are desperate to actually get to see this, particularly if you're if you're American or you're Canadian or anybody that comes, here on holiday. People are actually desperate to see this. I'm not so desperate. I'll be perfectly honest. Do you know what I mean?
You're such a Grinch.
Really?
Well, I
couldn't be more excited.
I'm genuinely excited for this because this is once every 100 years, Rich. I mean, it's like you buying around.
Oh, mate, listen, I've got my BP glasses. and I'll be looking, but I'll be looking from my house. I can probably be. Well, we hope we can see it from my house where I actually live, because I live in Santa Ponza. But Ollie, for the people that don't know, if you could give us a little bit more meat on the bone. Marty's sort of read everything already.
I've got 4 pages.
Don't burn my material.
Put some more educated meat on the bone, young Ollie, please.
All right. So first of all, actually, when was it? 125 years ago since it was last here. It's that's actually pretty good. We did a bit of research. So if you stand on any particular spot on Earth, it's normally, and it does vary, between 375 and 400 years. You'll have to sit on a spot before it comes past you. So that's a pretty good kind of time to come here. So it's an amazing thing. It's a once in a lifetime thing for most people, or less so. I'm dead excited, right? My inner 12-year-old is like, oh, this is going to be amazing. The path of totality is coming bang over our house in Andratx, but the whole of Mallorca and most of Ibiza will also be in the path of totality, and that should be easy, right? All you do is look up, no problem. Except there is a problem here, because if it happened at midday, you could just look where you are, get the special glasses, look up, and you could see it perfectly from anywhere on Mallorca or Ibiza. The problem is here, as a bit of geography and a bit of bad timing. It's happening, as Martin's mentioned, a few minutes, really, the totality is happening 20 minutes before sunset, which is okay, no problem. You just look to where the sun is setting. The problem that I have in Mallorca is that where the sun is setting, there's a mountain range. Almost I've been looking forward to this for about a year and a bit now, since I first heard about it, and working out where we're going to do it. And there's so many things that get in the way. So most of Mallorca won't be able to see it at all without moving. The initial thought was you need to be on the western side of the Tramontana, which, if you know it here, it's just one windy road and actually not very many hotels, not very many houses, no resorts. There's not really any beaches up there. And even where you do have a resort like Soyer, it's this perfect little horseshoe bay, which means that actually you can't even see it from many places in Soyer. Where I live in Andratx, we have Sant'Elmo, which gets beautiful sunsets, but we have the nature reserve of Dragonera, bang in the way. So you need to be able to see, more or less, you need to be able to see the sun hitting the sea in order to see the total eclipse. That is a problem for a lot of places. Now, there's been quite a bit of research.
Timing's against us then, Ollie, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Because I was thinking it's a great thing, but it's a good thing for here in Ibiza, because there's obviously the whole of the West Coast will get it, but in Mallorca, it's a real negative, isn't it?
It is, because you have to be more or less on the other side of the mountains. There are places like Colonia San Jordi and the Baía de Palma around Llucmajor where you've got high populated areas which you can see it. But for instance, the city of Palma, you can't see it, but the Playa de Palma you can, which is a little further around towards the airport, Arenal. So it's going to be an amazing spectacle. The problem that they have here is that you might well get 1 million people on the move. Yeah, the guy Nick we had in our podcast said, if you've ever been to a pop concert with 100,000 people or a big football match and tried to get away from it, everything stacks up. You might have more than 500,000 people getting in cars and trying to move onto little windy roads.
That would explain, Ollie, why the Balearic government have gone a little bit overboard. Well, not overboard. Now you're saying that, I kind of understand, because I've been looking at their website and they're really going to town on it, and the Ibiza as well, because I presume that, again, same thing. I mean, we've only got probably not even half that there, probably 300,000 over here, but at the end of the day, they are going to be on the move, aren't they? So what's your advice? What's your advice then, Ollie?
Well, let me tell you what they are doing. So, as you said, if it happens during midday, nobody needs to move. You just walk out, look at your with the glasses. The population of Mallorca is about 900,000 regular people, and but this time you're about 300,000 tourists. So you've got nearly 1.3 million people. Palma has 400,000 residents, and they might all try and move to the Playa de Palma and be mixed with 300,000 tourists trying to see it too. So they're planning a worst-case scenario. That area is around by the airport. It's also one of the major motorways that feeds into Palma, so they're worried about emergency service vehicles. Imagine if you're trying to catch a flight from the airport and 500,000 people on the motorway. So they've really had no choice. It looks like overkill, but if you get hundreds of thousands of people moving, then you have a problem. So they've started most of the roads into the mountains. They're closing at 3:00. The eclipse we mentioned is 7:30 to 8:30. The roads are closing at 3:00 in the afternoon. Into Sant'Elmo, into the mountains. They're closing the main motorway from Llucmajor into Palma cordoning off a lane for ambulances and emergency service vehicles and routes to the airport. And they're trying to restrict people going into areas, which is creating. I just realised we've got 20 minutes here and I've got so much stuff.
No, carry on.
Don't worry, carry on.
We also. I know. Listen,
I've
Ollie,
got a cigar on me.
I know. we also need to include Ibiza in this, Ollie, as well. So we need to get the information over as well, which I'm going to come on to as well. But I'm very fascinated about this because I'd not actually even thought about that. What you're saying to me, I thought it was overkill, but now you've explained that. It's probably they really are going for it, aren't they, with the road closures and the organisation? I mean,
Richie goes to big football matches, and I don't know about you, Martin, but you go to these big.
County, he's fine.
No.
just one football stadium's worth of people. This might be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Who knows? Maybe there might be 800,000 people moving, and that will. I mean, there's no way that you can organise that in any way that is anything other than gridlock. It's high season here. There's people going to work. There's people with restaurant reservations. There's a lot of the people on the Playa de Palma, the restaurateurs, have said, "Well, we've been marketing this. We've been selling our tables at a markup, and now you're putting roadblocks in. How do our staff get here? How do our customers get here? Are we really going to expect someone got a dinner reservation at 8 o'clock to arrive at midday?"
So, Ollie, can I just go through because what they've said on the CABE website, the Govern Balear website, you've got 9 points of observation in Mallorca. So you've got San Matamoros, Playa de Palma, Ronda de Pereiras, Playa de Santa Ponsa, Camp de Football Algaida, Camp de Football Pina.
We should say that these are places you can see it in more places than this, but these are the official viewing.
These
areas.
are official ones,
They put them in places where there's parking and toilets and that kind of stuff. So there are dots around. There will be medical people there, ambulances. If police monitoring traffic levels. There's I think was it 9 of them. We can share a map with you.
You've got 9. Let me just go through Ibiza as well.
There are in Ibiza too.
Let me go through Ibiza and Formentera just so we can include everyone, please, Ollie. We've got the San Antonio beach, Cala Torrida. We've got Port des Torrent, which is where I am. Got Cala Conta, Cala Verdea, and Cala Gracia. So basically, they're all the west coast beaches in Ibiza. Yeah. And in Formentera, let's not forget Formentera, we've got Sestan des Peix and El Es Arenals. Should we do Menorca while we're here, guys, as well? Let's do.
As far as I understand it, there's not really a problem in Menorca because it's mostly flat.
Isn't it? Yeah, it's flat.
So you can pretty much see it from anywhere. So they haven't designated any official areas because they don't need to.
Gotcha.
So that's Ibiza, Formentera, and Mallorca. The best places for a view would be the Tramontana mountain range, but the logistics of getting, lots of people up there and looking after them is they're basically saying, don't go there unless you have to. So they put the official viewing places near centres of population in areas that can cope with a reasonable amount of people and are directing people there.
Let's just wrap this segment up, Ollie, because obviously it's going to be chaotic out there. You've established, listen, you really put some meat on the bone there. What do you recommend for people to do?
It depends where you are. I guess the assumption is you want to see it, right? Yeah. Maybe Richie doesn't. Look for your nearest place. There are plenty of resources available. We can share something with you that you can post in your description to your podcast, or maybe you have something already to do that. So I would leave really early. Don't do anything for the rest of the day. If you want to see the eclipse at 8 o'clock, start thinking about it in the morning. Find yourself somewhere to go. We live in the mountains. I'm going up into the mountains. I'm going to walk up. Also, it's worth mentioning if you're going somewhere like that, then it will finish after dark. So if you're walking up in the mountains in the daylight, you're walking down in the dark. Yeah. So take torches. Don't be idiots. They're really worried about forest fires because the mountains are tinder dry. We all know what's been going on in Spain and France over the last couple of weeks. So they're worried that thousands of people will be up in the mountains smoking, having barbecues and being idiots. So if you're going there, take your litter home. Absolutely don't take anything with fire. Leave plenty of time. If you're going anywhere into the restricted zones, the restrictions are starting at 3 o'clock, or if the police think it's getting busy too early, they'll just shut it. If you have a place to stay, if you're staying in a hotel in a restricted zone, have a dinner reservation. If you work in a hotel or a restaurant there, they have a system where you can download QR codes to show the police. Yeah. But you might have a 5-kilometer queue. You might have the right QR code, but be 2 kilometers into a traffic jam. For me, cancel any other plans. If you're going to work, tell your boss, give me the day off. Don't bother going to Palma. I would just generally not move at all and get to wherever you want to go very early. It's going to be really hot. It's an August day, so take absolutely tons of water. You don't want to be sitting on a mountain for 5 hours waiting for this to happen.
I mean, it's great advice. I mean, so the bottom line is, if you're on the West Coast somewhere and you want to be within walking distance, don't you? That's the bottom line, isn't it? You don't want to, because public transport's going to be chaotic.
They've laid extra buses on. Taxis will probably be on duty more. But the thing is, they're planning what to do if 500,000 people get in a car. Maybe part of this is people will go, you know what, I'm not going to bother going anywhere because it's chaos, and they won't have a problem, which is probably what they're trying to aim at doing. But they can't really get caught out by not planning for it. So just get where you're going early and enjoy it.
Yeah, I would say, Richie, you're staying at home because you're being a grump, aren't you? You don't want to go out here somewhere. So,
I've got to defrost the fridge, Mark.
Actually, you can actually see it from one of the official places is the beach in Santa Ponsa.
I'm very lucky, Ollie, because the sunset's directly outside my window. And now you've said that. Well, now you've said that, I'm definitely staying in and get the camera out as well. So getting there's one issue, isn't it? That's probably the most important. If you're on the East Coast, basically get out early, spend the day on the West Coast. And how are you going to get back there, Ollie? That's what I'm worried about.
I wouldn't go to if you're on the East Coast, don't go to the West Coast. The West Coast is going to be gummed up solid. There's not much infrastructure. It's just little mountain roads.
Yeah.
I'd go and find one of the large places along the Bay of Palma, around Maurice, around Toyarique, and Playa de Palma. That's the area that can cope with the most infrastructure. So go and find it there. There are some little spots, raised areas in the east where you can see it. And if we will post a link to the official viewing places, I'd go and find them there. Yeah. But and getting back again, don't plan to jump in your car and drive home immediately. Again, if we're worried about 400,000 people driving to see the eclipse, we're going to worry about them all driving home again.
Yeah,
anything else.
Ibiza's probably what? So you've got 1 million people there. We've got 150. So we're probably a sixth of the size. So whatever Ollie's saying, if you just divide it by 6, but I think it's going to be chaos on the roads. Rich, you've got some information about boats, Rich, as well, didn't you say? Because obviously boating is going to be really popular on that night. I've had a lot of phone calls. What have you got to say about the boating on that?
We did touch on this last week, Mike, actually, didn't we? And we said that obviously, people need to be careful out there. And obviously, if you're going out on a boat, it needs to be a licensed boat, of course. Remember that. And also, every boat is licensed for a certain number of people. I think you'll know this better than me, Mike. Most charters take no more than 8 or 9 people. Is that right?
Well, it's max 12. So it'll be 11 plus skipper will be the max you can do. But most of them will be about between 8 and 10 usually. So
there's 2 things here that I think the police have warned about. Obviously, they're calling them Eclipse pirates or something or other. One is that they're worried. Obviously, there's going to be too many people. I mean, obviously, the sea is very big. They're not going to close the sea down. Do you know what I mean? And everything else. But there's a possibility. I don't know if Ollie's heard this as well. But there could be, as in pirates, as in people stealing things off other people because they know a lot of people are coming with money.
Wow, really?
Yes.
I mean, who knows?
Well, listen, guys, is there any good news out there or not? Basically, we can't get there. When we get there, we can't get home. And then if you go on a boat, you're going to get something nicked. Is that right, Rich? I mean,
well, that's what they say. Once again, I think this is down to the police sort of warning people out there. Whatever you're going to be doing, you make sure you do it within the law. Do you know what I mean? And because what the police don't want to be doing is dealing with something out on the sea where there's something could be more serious happening on the land as well. Do you know what I mean? So there is that side of it, I think, as well. And I think you sent me a link, Mark, to say that some people are charging a lot of money.
Yeah. I was just on the few of the websites there. It's minimum 100 a head on all the restaurants. So there's some are 200. Ollie, you've really helped us there with the logistics side of it as well. So we've finally got somewhere. We've gone to Caliconta or Playa de Palma. We're in a great position. We're there. We're sat there with our little, one of these there. Look, there we go. Let's see one of these kind of glasses there. Look.
We should absolutely mention that.
There you go.
This is really important.
Yeah. So let's get down to the brass tacks.
Yeah.
You're actually in position. You're excited. You probably had a few bevies on the way down there because it is a holiday time, isn't it? And the kids are probably going mad around you. What can we expect?
Well, firstly, it's a good point that we mentioned that you cannot look at it. You can get very serious retina damage that will last you for the rest of your life, I'm told. So you need a pair of proper glasses. Don't use like 2 pairs of sunglasses. Go and get some proper ones. I haven't seen where to get them yet, but normally what happens when we've seen these in the past is some newspaper or company will say, they'll brand them up.
The BP garage, Ollie. The BP garage.
The garages.
The BP garage.
Garages and pharmacies, Ollie.
Perfect.
Every 50 quid you spend.
Yeah.
Well, what we've got, I mean, in basic terms, is we've got the moon moving in front of the sun. Now, this is a complete fluke, right? Obviously, the sun is huge and the moon is quite small. But when they coincide, the moon is exactly the same size as the sun. I think the moon is 400 times smaller and the sun is 400 times further away. If the sun was closer or further away, or the moon was bigger or smaller, you wouldn't get anywhere near the effect. It is a complete fluke that they appear to their perceptive size is the same. So you'll see the disk of the moon moving across the sun, and when it precisely lines up, it's called totality, and you'll see through your glasses a ring. Oh no, actually, sorry. You can when it hits totality. Apparently, you can take the glasses off.
It's the only time you can take the glasses off is when totality, which will last for about 90 seconds, I believe, in Mallorca. It
will here, exactly.
We've got a minute, and I think Menorca's got a little bit less as well. So
you'll see a bead of light.
You're used to lasting a minute, Mark. You'll be fine.
No, I mean, listen, a minute's quite good for me. I mean, it's quite good. There's a lot of pleasure that can be had in a minute, Rich.
Definitely, especially these days.
I was being serious. Anyway,
no chance.
When it blots the light of the sun out, you'll see solar flares. So the things that are normally you can't see because the sun is so bright, you'll see the flaring of gases from the side of it. And apparently, I've never seen one myself, an eclipse to date, but you'll actually see a little ring of beads around the outside, which is the sun shining through the valleys on the moon's surface around the outside. So it's pretty amazing stuff. And then it will continue to move away, and then totality will finish when they've separated. But it'll be after dark at that point, so we probably won't see the sun and the moon completely separating. But there is actually a bonus on the same evening. We have the Perseid meteor shower later in the evening from about 11 o'clock until the small hours, where we get around between 100 and 300 meteors an hour showering down. And because the sun is well set and the moon is obviously gone as well, if you're somewhere with not much light pollution, you'll get a fantastic view of the sky. So when the eclipse is over, don't rush home. You've got the meteor shower. Fantastic. Make sure you save a few beers for that one.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, or you can look out your window, Martin.
Yeah, no, I'll be actually on the terrace with the camera, Ollie. You've obviously never seen one before. I presume you've done your research, but it's true that basically the animals think that it's dark and they kind of react differently as well, don't they? So the crickets will be thinking it's night time and the birds will start singing. Is that right?
Yeah, so I've heard. I mean, I think if it happens in the middle of the day, I mean, it's going to happen just as it's getting dark anyway. So we'll see an amazing thing to see. But if it happens at midday, for instance, all the birds and the animals freak out. The temperature apparently absolutely plummets very briefly, which I guess we're all looking forward to in August, right?
Nice.
A whole minute of slightly cool weather. Whether we'll notice it in August in the Balearics, I don't know. But yeah, it's nothing is expecting it to go dark in the middle of the day apart from scientists. The birds don't know this is coming. So apparently it's quite an eerie experience. So I'm quite looking forward to it.
No, fantastic. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I've been excited as well, Ollie, unlike my miserable friend over there across the water. I reckon you're being Mr. Grumpy on purpose, Rich, aren't you?
I'll be honest with you, I think it's a fantastic thing. It's great for tourism, which it definitely is. But not really my thing, I'll be honest with you.
Well, check it out. It might change you completely. You might become
you never know.
An astronomer after all this. Actually, we were just mentioning on boats. There's something else we should mention. Is if you're taking a boat out, I'm not lucky enough to have one yet. Anyway, the seagrass is very, very heavily protected in my Mallorca, the Posidonia.
Same in Ibiza as well, Ollie.
And if you drop your anchor on it during the day, you've got people checking on you, and they will quite rightly give you an enormous fine. It's very important to the local ecology and takes a long time to grow back. There's a lot of people going to be out dropping anchors in the dark. So normally if you're dropping it during the day, you can see the lighter patches, so you drop it on the sand. They are actually adding extra Posidonia police who are going out at night into some of the more popular areas, like around Andrach, where there's expected to be a lot of boats. So I don't know how you're supposed to check, but if you are anchoring, make sure as much as you can that you're not anchoring on a Posidonia, because it's important and because you might get a gigantic fine.
Yeah, I'm lucky enough to have a little boat, Ollie, as well. So I know those kind of, not police, but they come around and look through the telescope and see whether you're on there as well. I think, is it a €3,000 fine? It might even be more.
It's pretty hefty.
Yeah, I know.
It's incredibly important for the local ecosystem. It grows incredibly slowly.
It filters the waters, doesn't it? It makes the water, the beautiful blue waters that we have in the Balearics. So it's
exactly that. If you drag an anchor through it, it might take 10 years just to regrow that bit. So so don't do it, and expect someone to check on you if you are doing it. So,
great. Not listen, even though you're not an expert, Ollie, you've got a posh voice and you sound like an expert. So I think, Rich, I think we got away with it, Rich, didn't we?
Definitely the man. Thank you, Ollie.
And Ollie, what were your final recommendation for the people who are lucky enough to see it in the Balearics this coming August next week? What's your final recommendation?
The first, be safe, right? Be safe, use your glasses, be tolerant. There's no point getting grumpy at a policeman. He's got a difficult job to do. There's no point getting grumpy at people in the traffic jams. Just don't plan to do 10 things that day. This is your Eclipse day. It's your once in a lifetime thing. Make sure you go and leave yourself plenty of time, get yourself in a good mood, and go and find someone to enjoy it, and be careful.
The last time there was a total eclipse in the UK, and you could see it from Cornwall, apparently.
Right.
And I hear it was cloudy. So have we got any contingency plans for cloud that day, Ollie?
No, if it's cloudy, you're not going to see it. I mean, right. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Look, we're in the Balearics in August. It should be clear. The issue, I actually last night I went to a mountain that I'm going to watch it from, and just about saw it, but there was some haze. It's very hazy air, certainly in Mallorca, I'm sure in Ibiza as well. Yeah. That haze, you can sort of see through it, can't you? You can see the sun through it, through the haze. But if it's a cloudy day, we're just stuffed, I'm afraid.
It's worth saying about the glasses again, Ollie, because I got some off Amazon. I didn't realise, but I've ordered 10 pairs by mistake, right? So if anyone needs any, I've got 10.
You'll buy any spares, eh?
Is this an attempt to get a date?
Well, no. That's the last thing I need in August, Ollie. What I would just say, if anyone out there wants some solar eclipse glasses, I only need 3 and I've got 10 here. What I would just say, I just went out when I opened them up just before we came on air. And you're right, Ollie, for some reason, I decided to look straight at the sun with my eyes. And it was very, very, very stupid for one and very painful for the other. Now, the funny thing, what I would say with the glasses is that they're black. They're not see-through glasses at all. They're black. And the only thing you can see through the glasses is the sun, nothing else.
Yeah.
So just make sure that you're prepared for that. Because when you put the glasses on, you think, oh, this is wrong. This can't be right. But it is. They're pitch black. And the only thing you can actually see is the outline of the sun. So just remember that.
And worth repeating that people think they can wear 2 pairs of sunglasses or something. Yeah. You can't it's these or nothing.
I mean, they're only a quid, aren't they? I mean, listen, even Richie Pryor can afford that, can't he?
Fill your car up at BP, you get a free pair, mate.
Huh? So do that.
Listen, let's go over the facts again, Ollie. Preparation, very important, yeah.
Yeah. Plan early. Have a little practice where you're going to go. Check out the route to get there. Look at that. If you are near the official places, I'd be tempted to go there. The mountains will be probably a bit of a no-go area. I should also mention that when the roads are blocked for cars, they're also blocked now for mopeds and motorbikes as well. So you can't even go there on 2 wheels. Unsure about bikes. So find yourself somewhere to go. I mean, just imagine if you're going to the Playa de Palma and there's hundreds of thousands of people, literally could be hundreds of thousands of people. Yeah. Have a pee before you go. I don't know. They're not laying on 100,000 toilets or anything. It's August. Take plenty of water, and just be tolerant of everyone. Everyone should be having a nice time, but it's the kind of thing that you can imagine tempers fraying. So just chill out and have a nice time. Really,
I think actually we might be luckier over here, Ollie, because we've got such a vast west coast that I'm just expecting everyone to. I mean, we have the sunset hour anyway, so I'm expecting to times that by 3 or 4. That's great. That's fantastic. Listen, while you're here, why don't you plug your podcast as well, Ollie, and tell us a little bit about it, please?
Okay, well, me and my wife, Vicky McLeod, we've been running the Mallorca. We've got the Mallorca Facebook group, which we've got about 135,000 people in right now. It's called Mallorca with a J, Mallorca with an L. Maybe I can send Richie a link. Yeah, we've been running a podcast. We've done about 130 episodes of that. So we did a little, what's going on the island. We interview restaurant critics and people on various different subjects and experts on various different areas in Mallorca. That's pretty popular too. So, and that's just aside from our regular businesses. We have a marketing company and we're photographers. So it's just something to keep us busy in our non-existent spare time. Why are we doing that?
Well, so a bit like us, it's a labour of love, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I love doing it.
I mean, I bet you earn as much out of this as that we do, don't you? Yeah, a big fat,
pretty much.
Big fat zero.
Yeah, it doesn't even pay for the tea bags. So but one day we'll all be millionaires.
Listen, Ollie Neilson, really, thanks a lot for joining us. I really appreciate it.
That's been great. I've been watching your podcast a good few times. It's nice to be on it. So
no, it's great.
Yeah, thanks, Ollie. You're brilliant, fantastic.
So next time you must come on, and we'll find something else to talk about. We can chew the fat over something else next time as well. Yeah,
I don't have a problem finding stuff to talk about. So
I don't know. Listen, and I believe you're an Everton fan as well, aren't you?
I am. Yes. Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Scouse parents.
Really?
Who managed to pick the team that doesn't win very often, unfortunately.
So
they picked the right one.
From a bitter blue, we go to a happy red. You won 4-1 at Girona at the weekend, Rich. Is that right?
We did, and according to your friend and my friend Julian, played very well, actually. Yes,
looked good. Yeah, looked good. So well done, Arsenal there as well. So
is that the team with the former Evertonian as a manager?
Yes, exactly.
That's them. That's them. Although you just taken one of our players, Ollie. Norgard's just gone to you. It was a good signing for you, I think.
I think, right, okay, I haven't been keeping up on it, actually. I can't think about football until the weather starts getting cold.
The thing is, we have to talk about football for at least 5 minutes. We're contractually obliged by our prior limited that we have to talk about football. So
I've met Richie before. I'm aware.
Yeah, there's not really, listen, there's nothing really to talk about. In fact, there's two things, actually. One, that Mallorca are playing PSG on Wednesday night.
Are you going, Rich?
No, I'm not. My son's got a game, Mark. So I can't go, unfortunately. So if anybody wants any tickets, I've got a few spare.
Wednesday.
And
thinking about
Wednesday, PSG. And then also, just to let you know, which I think this is amazing, Mallorca now have 19,500 season ticket holders.
Right, what's the capacity of Sommosh?
20. It's just under 25,000.
Really?
So last year we had 23,000. So, or just over 23,000. So have 19,500 now, and in second division. I think it's a fantastic. I think the club have done very well because the fans weren't happy.
Richie, when we did your little segment about the fans kind of not going there and being really unhappy, that's not lasted very well then, has it?
No, but you know what, Mark? This is quite good. The club obviously did admit that there was a lot of fans like me left it to the last day to actually sign up. And in actual fact, the last official day was then extended by 2 or 3 days because the system collapsed.
Yeah, of course. so basically, they did it late as a
bit of a protest. So the club realised we're not happy, but we had to do it in the end.
Well, listen, I went to Sommosh myself the first time a couple of months ago and watched the Lionesses get stuffed 4-0. 4-0. Yeah, I've only been there twice. Once to see them, and once to see Elton John. So maybe I should go and see Real Mallorca at some point.
He's still standing though. Huh?
Hey, very good.
Come on.
I guess that's why they call it the Blues. Anyway,
there you go. Well done.
Listen, thanks, guys. Really enjoyed
Rocket
it.
Man. That's a good one for the Eclipse. There you go.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, total Eclipse of the heart, Bonnie Tyler. Come on, let's do some more.
Let's not go there.
No. Boys, it's been a pleasure. Listen, thank you very much for joining us, everybody. I hope the listeners back home have enjoyed that. Me and Rich will be back next week with our normal podcast. But for now, from the Balearic Islands, we'll wish you goodbye.
Take care. Thanks, Ollie.
Cheers.
Thanks, guys.
Make me dance.